Never thought this day was gonna come. It actually burns me right now to record this video. But I'm going to have to agree with Eddie Hearn on the Tyson Fury situation. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Remstar Says So. Hit like, hit subscribe, share my video, leave a comment. The day has come where I've actually had to make a video where I'm agreeing with Eddie the Hearn germ. And I actually don't want to record this video, but this is a boxing news channel, and I do need to record and sort of report on all sort of boxing news as and when it comes up. I was watching a video recently of Eddie Hearn, and surprisingly, it wasn't on his favorite propaganda channel. It was on a different sort of YouTube channel. I think this was a USA YouTube channel for once. And Eddie Hearn, he said something interesting. Um, he said he said that Tyson Fury has chosen the money and the easy fights over the legacy. And as much as I dislike Eddie Hearn, that's exactly how I feel. And, you know, for once, Eddie Hearn's not chatting out of his ass about who should have done this and who should have done that. It's true. Tyson Fury ran away from the Deontay Wilder fight. He ran to ESPN. He basically sold his promotional rights to Bob Arum, and he's now going to be fighting in the USA, fighting absolute nobodies for the next year or two. We're not going to see him back over here on British soil unless he's fighting more than twice a year because ESPN want to get their money's worth. If you look at what was going on before the Tyson Fury ESPN deal, you saw that they delayed the purse bids twice. The WBC had ordered this fight, told Brazil that he had to go and fight Dillian White for the interim championship, which would have made them the actual mandatory. But Tyson Fury, he threw a big spanner in the work. The major reason why is because Deontay Wilder should have received a knockout victory against Tyson Fury, but if it wasn't for the ref starting the count very late and doing a very late slow count, Tyson Fury had extra time to recover. And then when Tyson Fury got up to his feet, the referee had him doing some stupid sort of people's elbow where he had him running down one side of the ring and then down the other. I've never seen this in a boxing fight, out of all the fights I've ever seen, when somebody gets knocked down. And I think that Tyson Fury, from the knockdown to when the fight resumed, you could probably count something anywhere between about 45 seconds to a minute. Tyson Fury's brains were scrambled, and he already admits himself that he was knocked out until the referee got to about number 4. And then he sort of came to his senses and got back up. I think Tyson Fury knows that that was probably the best Tyson Fury that we've seen probably ever. And I think deep down in his heart, he also knows that that was probably one of the worst Deontay Wilders we've ever seen in a boxing ring. The fact is, the reason why Deontay Wilder is so dangerous is because he doesn't need to show up and give the best Deontay Wilder you've ever seen. Because at some point between round 1 and 12, Deontay Wilder is going to hit you with that big right clubbering equalizer that he has. Tyson Fury has felt the effects of that, and he is in no way, shape, or form in a hurry to get back in there and fight with Deontay Wilder again. It doesn't make any sense. Tyson Fury fought twice before the Wilder fight, and if anybody who was sort of having a bit of rust, you could have argued it was Deontay Wilder. There was probably about 10 and a half months between Deontay Wilder's fight with Luis Ortiz and when he stepped in the ring with Tyson Fury. So maybe you could argue that Wilder might have had a bit of rust coming off of that. Fair enough, Tyson Fury hadn't fought the best opposition out there, but he was active. He was active, and an active Tyson Fury is always something that you're going to have to take into consideration. Now, going back to my original point, Eddie Hearn said that Tyson Fury has taken the money and the easy fights over the legacy. That's very true. Who is Tyson Fury going to fight? Now, when you look at that ESPN, I know they've got Fury, they've got Kubrat Pulev, they're in talks for Dillian White, and they've probably got a few other um, undercard fillers, if you want to call them that. So who is he going to fight after the way how he's handled and treated Deontay Wilder? I can't see Deontay Wilder giving him another title shot unless Tyson Fury becomes mandated for it. So the heavyweight division is back in sort of dismay, where you've got AJ on his side of the ring, on his side of the road, Fury on his side of the road, Wilder on his side of the road. I really don't know who Tyson Fury is going to fight. And you can imagine that ESPN are not going to put Tyson Fury in there against Kubrat Pulev in his first 2 or 3 fights. Even if Dillian White signs, he's not going to put him in there with Dillian White in the first 2 or 3 fights. What they're going to do is they're going to use a few sort of knockover gatekeeper slash journeyman type fighters to try and get Tyson Fury warmed up to the American market some more. The biggest issue is that if you want to introduce a fighter to the American market, you're gonna have to find American fighters um, that want to fight for you. Now, if you look at the heavyweight division, most signed American fighters are sort of with the PBC, Lou DiBella, or um, Eddie Hearn's sort of matchroom. I don't know who they're going to sort of pull out of the woodwork to sort of fight Tyson Fury on ESPN, but I don't expect it to be anybody good. This ESPN exclusive deal, I think, is going to throw a spanner in the works because, Deontay Wilder has been very sort of loyal to Showtime over the years. Anthony Joshua, even though he doesn't have an exclusive contract with DAZN currently, DAZN are not gonna want DAZN are not gonna want Anthony Joshua going over to another network to fight, and I'm sure they'll be letting Eddie Hearn know that. So don't be surprised if DAZN try to lock down AJ soon as well. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with Eddie Hearn and the thoughts that I also sort of follow? Do you think that Tyson Fury was a bit of a shookhead going over to ESPN, knowing full well that it's going to make the Wilder fight harder to make? Was Tyson Fury in the right to go and get that bag? Leave a comment, hit like, hit subscribe. That's the end of the show because Rem Star says so.